Today on Family Tech Weekly, Tumblr's safe mode is not really very safe.
And Musical.ly is adding new original shows to the app.
And you can now hide photos in Instagram. Hello and welcome to Family Tech Weekly. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm Melinda.
And we are on a date night again. You've caught us on date night. We went parking.
Because this is like the one time we're both here together without children.
Yeah, we're parking in a nice little lookover point, and we're recording a podcast. This is where we are in our relationship with you. We're parking together. Okay, anyway, that's awkward. So, thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for watching us. If you're watching us, please, if you're listening on iTunes, go leave us a review. We're starting to get more and more downloads, and that's great, but reviews are going to really help the show blow up to where more and more people could find us. So please go into iTunes or Stitcher or whatever you're listening to us on and leave a review. We would love for you to do that. Also, you can subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, Because Family on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the things. And we also just relaunched our Patreon availability, product, whatever you want to call it, where you can actually go and support the podcast just on a monthly basis. And what you could do is you go in and you sign up to give per episode. So every week when we post, or no, it's per month. So every month, if we've posted episodes that month, you'll pay whatever you've decided that you'd like to give to the podcast. It starts at $1. You can give $1, $5, $1, $3, $5, $10, 15, 100, whatever. It keeps going up. And there's benefits, things like getting your name read out on some of the episodes, things like being in the credits at the end, stuff like that you can get cool things for signing up. And
everybody likes seeing their name on something.
Yeah, if you give more than $10, if you sign up to give more than $10, I'll send you a book. If you sign up to give, I believe it's $25 or more, you get tax-deductible receipts for that. So anyway, Patreon, Patreon, patreon.com/BecauseFamily, and you can sign up to give if this is something that you feel like is worth giving towards, because it's helping you out. You can help us out as well, so thank you. And so anyway, let's get right to Tumblr and their safe mode. Do you remember we talked about Tumblr not long ago? Yeah, because they added a switch that let you turn the safe mode, not safe mode, but safe search off, because iOS requires safe search to be on by default. Well, they allowed a switch to where you can turn it on. Nope, off, where you can't search, you can't find pornography, things like that in your search bar. Well, search results. Well, they've now added a safe mode option where you can do one of three options. You can turn safe mode off, you can put it on light restriction, or you can say block all mature content. Now here's what we need to understand about Tumblr's new safe mode. Safe mode was designed to protect the viewer from being caught looking at bad stuff. It was not designed to keep that bad stuff out of your feed. And let me explain. So here's how it works. So you're creeping Tumblr on your phone or your computer for that matter, and you come across an inappropriate image, whether it be language, whether it be nudity, sexual content, explicit content, something over the top explicit. You come up on that. Well, it's going to have a filter type thing screen over the top of the image that you will have the option to tap a little thing that says, show me this picture. Or if you're at work or you're in a coffee shop and people are behind you, they won't see that you just saw a picture of a naked person, or whatever, that you were just creeping at, or that a big old nasty word was up on the screen, because that stuff's on the internet, And
what?
Yeah, I know you don't know that. Your internet doesn't have it, but everyone else's does. And so yeah, that's what this Tumblr safe mode does. So you can read all about it at familytechblog.com, but that's what it's for, and it's an easy opt-in, opt-out kind of thing. In fact, it's opt-in only. It's not automatic. It's not automatically in safe mode. You have to go in and turn it on. And even if you turn it on, that doesn't mean that the stuff's not going to show up in your feed. Like I said, if your kids tell you, well, I've got safe mode turned on and it's got a safe search in it. Safe search is not the on off switch is in the settings, not the restrictions on iPhone. So that means you can turn it off without a password. And the safe mode is in the settings within the account in the app. So, safe mode, and either way, safe mode, you just tap the image and it shows it. So it's not going to hide it. So you need to understand that the safe mode, as they've called it, is what it is it's saving you from embarrassment for getting caught looking at stuff. It's not saving you from seeing it in the first place. So don't be fooled. Don't let your kids trick you if they may try that kind of thing. Tumblr, and this is some other interesting facts about Tumblr. It is pornography is the leading search result in Tumblr now. And it's actually 20.3% of all searches on Tumblr are for pornography. The next most popular topic is literature and books at 7%. So everything else is split very narrowly with between 0 to 7%. And 20% of it is for pornography. So that's what Tumblr's known for now. It was recently purchased from Yahoo by Verizon, or Verizon bought Yahoo and Tumblr came with it. And many people think that they decided, well, we need to make this a little less embarrassing for people when they see the porn sites they follow, porn blogs they follow show up on their main feed. That's embarrassing when they're sitting at Starbucks working, looking at Tumblr during a little break. So anyway, so that's so you know what Tumblr's capable of. And Tumblr's actually on my uninstall list, which you can find a link to my uninstall list at the beginning of the article about this at familytechblog.com. So that's the Tumblr issue.
Remember the days when the biggest problem with the technology gap was programming your VCR? Remember when the bully was a guy who bugged you at school so you couldn't wait to get home to get away? Remember when the only way to get adult photos or videos was to visit a store that sells them? Or steal them from a friend's older sibling? Those days are gone. Now you carry the bully and the adult content around in your pocket. That's not the worst part. The scary thing is that so do your kids. Everything we work so hard to protect our kids from every day is available to them on their smartphone, tablet, or computer. This is why we wrote What's in Your Pocket? The Parent's Guide to Protecting Your Children Online. This handbook is short and simple, and will take you through the steps, tips, ideas, and mindset needed to guard your children's hearts and minds as they use their technology. What's in Your Pocket was written out of a heart for seeing parents be the first influence in their children's lives. The best way to accomplish that goal is to protect them from those outside influences that can so easily mislead and destroy them. What's in Your Pocket was written to help you navigate today's technological culture with confidence and peace. Get this book today and help Because Family spread the word while helping yourself become better at protecting your children.
Visit becausefamily.org/book to learn more.
During our break, I
Short break.
mentioned something to Michael because he just kind of moved on without me having a chance.
You hear that? Subtle, but I heard it. I got you.
But just so you know, Pinterest has a lot of, you can pin from any site. So there are a lot of things from Tumblr on Pinterest. And things that I see are usually just, geeky stuff or, random
Doctor Who.
Disney princess remake cartoon thing. I don't know, whatever. If you are on that kind of
Says
stuff.
a lot about you, dear.
Yeah, it's, Yeah.
Sound like
It's
the kind of
mostly
woman I
like
would
Harry
marry.
Potter and Doctor
Yeah.
Who
You
and
sound like the kind of woman I'd marry.
yeah. So, but anyway, that's what I see because that's all I, look at. But the more you look at, the more it suggests things, and sometimes things pop up on my feed that are like, oh, I don't really want to see that, and you can say you don't want to see it, and then hopefully it won't. But that's great for people who don't want to see it. But those that are looking for it, maybe you say Tumblr's not okay for them, but they're like,
Pinterest.
okay, I'll get on Pinterest. And I don't know, this is something you might need to look into. I don't know the Pinterest, if there's anything even in Pinterest for safe searches or anything
Not really.
like that.
It's all based on how you... I did write an article not long ago about Pinterest and if it's safe or not for your kids. And they do have, they do have a no explicit content rule. But their definition of explicit content may not be the same as yours.
Have you seen the workout posts?
Right. Well, and even that art
Yeah.
art
There's a
can
lot
often be
that
full
stuff.
on, images of full sexual intercourse or videos even, and being labeled art would be allowed
Yeah.
on some of the places like Instagram or Pinterest or somewhere like that.
So really, I mean, obviously we have to try to let them have the correct apps, the ones that aren't going to be the worst and stuff. But if it seems like, and this is just, this is always going to be my bent, I guess. But like, basically, we need to make sure that the kids aren't just like free reign on apps.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Right.
Because the longer you're on it, the more likely the chance of you seeing something that you shouldn't see.
And what time?
And what time?
If you can look at when it's being used, like obviously late at night, if somebody's been on Pinterest, if your son has been on Pinterest for 4 hours last night, from midnight to 4 a.m., while everyone else was sleeping, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Or Instagram for that matter. And there's ways to see what people have been viewing and check that out on Instagram as well as on hang on, boink. There, that's helpful.
Our spotlight.
There's ways to check that out so that you can see what they've been looking at and viewing, but yeah, you need to know how long they've spent, because that's going to be a good kind of a telltale sign of what they've been doing. So one of the things you want to keep an eye on is Musical.ly. You like that transition?
Nice transition.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Because Musical.ly, the reason it's on my uninstall list is every app we're talking about tonight on my uninstall list. No, but the reason it's on my uninstall list is because I don't like the fact that there's no age verification. And it's a video app, so people make music, like lip syncing videos, post it on there, and the highest age, the most common age group on there are girls between the ages of 11 and 15. And so your young girls use this app. They film videos of themselves dancing around to pop music and lip syncing to this pop music, and anybody can go in and be their friend and look at it, watch them. There's no way to verify your age, just like in most social media. You can just lie about how old you are.
Yes, I'm 18.
Yeah, and the same thing with Snapchat or anything. Or you could say, yes, I'm 13, and then they think another 13-year-old boy or girl is talking with them. Well, now Musical.ly has added to the reason I put it on my uninstall list by adding original show content. The 2 shows that they launched last week were a show starring Nick Cannon. Wild and Out is what it's called, and it is from MTV, and it is a show where they just do silly pranks and play games and do weird stuff like that. The second show was from 17 magazine, and it's called Fashion to DIY for, so Fashion to Die For, but do it yourself. So they made, in the first episode, they made some unicorn sneakers and a unicorn denim jacket or something like that with paint and things. And it was kind of cute. It was whatever. But that's
just the beginning.
But that's the first episodes. And there are more networks that are going to be putting shows on this as well.
I mean, okay, so those shows weren't about anything bad, but like, look at who it is. It's 17 and MTV.
Right.
The chances of it being wholesome content throughout is
and
slim.
think of this. MTV and 17 magazine, and the main age group on this app is age 11 to 15. And so that's the question you got to ask yourself. And that's available for free. They can watch those shows as many times as they want. And in fact, those shows are highlighted in the first options when you go to the featured page or even the top trending topics page. Those shows are the first options because they're really highlighting them as a test market right now.
And let's be honest, like I'm gonna do some confession here. Raised in a very conservative, pretty strict home. We didn't have cable or anything like that. When I had the chance to be at somebody's house with cable, and I'd watch dumb shows on MTV. Like, I'd watch those shows where they like go into your room and like search, like your date or whatever goes in and like finds out who you are based on your bedroom. And there were things in there that were questionable things, and like all those kinds of stupid shows. Maybe partially because I wasn't allowed to watch anything like that, so it was like, you know, the forbidden fruit kind of thing. But like pretending that your preteen teen is going to have access to these things and not
watch it,
try to watch it,
crazy
is kind of naive, because like, even if you have a good kid, like I was a really good kid, and I still watched the stupid stuff like that when I had the chance to. So if you have given your kid a phone or a tablet or something like that and let them do these apps, then guaranteed they're watching it. Even if they're like really
and even if they're just
kids.
watching because they're just curious, like what the heck, like that's because that's what a lot of the shows when we were kids that we weren't supposed to watch, but we did. Their curiosity, like what the heck, like I even watched The Simpsons out of that. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons, and not that there's anything really that wrong with The Simpsons. There was when I was 10. It wasn't made for a 10-year-old boy, but you know, I was curious. What's this all about? Why am I not allowed to watch it? So,
but you do have to talk to them about why they shouldn't.
Yeah, and
like,
that's why it's on my uninstall list.
Yeah, it shouldn't just be like, no, you can't.
Yeah,
and leave it at that. But like, it's the, like you always say, the conversations, the communication of like,
it's more important than anything.
Why we don't watch the dumb shows, and why, you know, so that when they do get in a situation to be able to watch those kinds of things, they maybe think about, oh, I know why mom and dad don't want me to watch it, because this or
stupid,
that, like it is dumb, and they might think of it differently rather than just like, oh, what's this stupid show that I am not getting to see because I'm not allowed.
Right. So yeah, Musical.ly's on my uninstall list, and this just adds to the reasons why. So. Don't forget, all these stories and more are available at familytechblog.com. You can even use our language menu at the top of every page to read it in a different language. That is, if you know how to do that sort of thing. So finally, we're going to take you back to Instagram. We end up on Instagram in like every other episode at least, or Snapchat. But Instagram, let me just do a quick Snapchat thing. You want to go in, if your kids use Snapchat, and turn on what they call a ghost mode, because you don't want the new feature that allows anybody who's their friend to see where they are on a map. You don't want that available anymore for them. I know. It's a bad thing. That just was launched this week. So you can find your friends on the map, see what they are, where they are, what they're doing, and go join them, you know. But there's some interesting, and that's not, I haven't written about that yet. I'm doing more digging on it. It's not even been available on my app update yet. So I want to try it out before I, and learn how to probably tell you how to turn on ghost mode. But make a video of that. But I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there.
Every time you talk about stuff, like, I'm like, get rid of the phone, get rid of the device, get rid of all the things.
I know. But I do want to talk real quick.
At least get rid of the app.
Yeah. I want to talk real quick about Instagram, which is not on my uninstall list. But they have added an option to archive photos. Previously, if you had shared a photo and you didn't want it to be public, you had to just delete it and take it off of Instagram. Now you are able to archive photos, and that's going to hide the photo from the public, but make it accessible to you by clicking a little archived photo button there on your profile page in Instagram. And so what this is going to do is a few things. It's going to allow people who share something and then they don't like the response they got, or they get frustrated because it didn't get enough likes, or people do that, and teenagers especially. They can delete it, or not delete it, but archive it, but because they still like the photo, they don't want the photo going away because their puppy is cute in it or whatever. They can still have the photo for themselves, but they don't have to, they don't have to, sorry, I'm turning up the brightness here because it's getting dark. Let me start that over. They can still keep the photos for themselves, but it's no longer on their public page where people can see it. Then if they decide to go in and unarchive it and post it again,
then it goes back live.
It goes back live, but it goes back where it started. So it's not going to repost it brand new like it's a new photo. So that's interesting. Here's what you need to know about that. We tested it. And if you have an account, an Instagram account where you can follow you have your kid's account on your phone, like I've taught you to do in one of the videos I've done, a tutorial video. If you've done that, then you'll be able to see the photos they archive even on your phone, because it's archiving the post. It's not just archiving what's on their phone, like the photo. So it's archiving it within Instagram, not just on the device. So you'll be able to see what they've archived, and you'll want to check that every now and then. And on the blog post about this, I highlight in a little image gallery how to find those archived pictures so that you can see it in their account. Because if they were to want to post and hide a picture somehow, not thinking you're going to see it, about a calculator app that would allow them to put in a passcode to find it. About that stuff. Maybe they think they can just hide something in Instagram, and it's going to make them, keep them safe from you finding what they've hidden. Well, this you need to know how to find that in Instagram, so they can't hide pictures that they don't want you to see. Because all they do is post it for literally 2 seconds while they go up and archive it, and it's very possible nobody saw it during that time. So they could just, and that's dangerous too, because what if somebody does or screenshots it, and then all of a sudden it's public and it's not a good photo? You got to be careful with that stuff. So, so I wanted you to be aware of that and all that. So anyway, thanks for watching.
And
you got something?
Yeah, I do.
I'm glad.
Talking to your kids about the archive thing would be really cool, because then you know something, whether they know it or not. Maybe they know it, but you bring up the subject. Hey, how about this new Instagram archive thing? And they'd be like, you know about that?
That'd be cool.
And
because that's what kids sound like.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm around them. So.
I didn't know about that. What the crap?
And then then it's oh, cool, yeah. And then they know that you know already.
Yeah.
So they're not going to try it.
Right.
So
beautiful.
Kind of just takes it out of the wind out of their sails before it's even,
yeah.
You don't even have to go in and go, what is this thing?
You just
can
go,
just be like, hey.
Yeah, that Instagram, the Instagram archive feature is interesting, and it's pretty cool, because even if you archive stuff, I can still see it too. So we can both share photos together on your account that I can see when I look at it with the password that I make you give me, and we can share those memories without being public. Yeah. So anyway,
just give you that parent.
It's a good idea.
Power
It's a good idea.
Thing.
So anyway, it's getting dark. We gotta go pick up our kids and get home, and you need to follow us on Instagram. We don't archive things. I post it and it's there, man, forever. But you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. It's all at Because Family. Twitter, Because Family. BecauseFamily.org is where you can learn about our tech workshops. I'm doing a Facebook Live one tomorrow night as we record this. I'm doing those frequently, so keep following our Facebook page and Instagram and stuff to hear announcements about that, where I teach you the step-by-step process that I recommend for protecting your kids online. Gosh, there's so many things. You can sign up for our mailing list so you get our blog posts sent to your inbox every week. You can follow us or support us on Patreon. You can
You can sign up for accountability to you.
accountable to you. If you click on the
you.
banner ad on the Family Tech blog, you will support us by signing up for that. You can also buy my book at thefamilytechblog.com. It's What's in Your Pocket: A Parent's Guide to Protecting Your Kids Online. All the great things.
So
If
many
you
great
live in the area we live in, you can come dance at the dance studio where Melinda teaches. I mean, you can do all the things and help us stay living and feeding our children. And we're about to move into a house. We're gonna have to pay for Wi-Fi, so I need this website stuff to pay for itself, so we can get Wi-Fi and work from home.
So we can keep telling you all the crazy, stupid apps.
I need Wi-Fi so I can tell you why you need to turn off your Wi-Fi. But and also please leave a review on iTunes if you are listening to this on there and enjoying the show. So thanks for listening and watching and on reading and all the things and supporting us. And thank you, honey, for taking out some of our date night to do this. We ate some good Italian food, and so yeah, we're gonna do this now. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.